Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about how piecewise functions apply to personal income tax. Now, I've gone ahead and pulled up the most recent year's tax brackets from the official government website, the IRS, and we're going to first go through an example of calculating how much tax someone who made $600,000 would pay. So, a lot of money. $600,000 income. Now, the way this works is you first look at the highest threshold that this income passes. In this case, the person made a lot of money, so they passed the very highest threshold. But if they had made, say, 180K, the highest threshold they would pass would be this one. If they had made 50K, the highest threshold would be this one right here, and so on, so on. But we're going to assume that they passed the highest threshold. That means that this person is going to pay 37%, so 0.37, of the money they made past that threshold. So not on the entire amount, but just on the amount that exceeds 539K900. Then they're going to pay 35%, so the percentage for the next highest threshold or bracket, on the income between 539,900 and 215,950, which is the next lowest threshold below that. And so on, continuing the pattern. They're going to pay 32%, so 0.32, on the amount between 215,950 and 170,050. So these two numbers here on that chart. And then 24% on the amount between 170K, $50, and 89K, $75. 22% on the amount between 89K and 41K, 750 or 775. 12% on the amount between 41K, 775, and 10K, 275. And finally, just 10% on that last $10,275. And so we see that somebody whose income crosses that highest threshold, just like person A's income does, is going to pay $162,718 plus 37% of the amount by which their income exceeds that tax threshold, or $539,900. And this happens when X, which we're calling the income, is more than, or at least, 539,900. So as you can see, that gives us a piece of our piecewise function all the way on the right. And now, we can think about a person who exceeds the next highest threshold, but not quite the highest one. They're going to pay all of this tax here, just like person A, except for the top line. And it turns out that all of that is equal to $49,335.5. And so they're going to pay that much, $49,335.5 plus 35% of the portion of their income that is more than 215,950. And they're going to do that because their income is between 215,950, but still less than 539,900. And as you can see, we get another piece of our piecewise function. Same deal for someone whose income makes the next highest threshold, 170K here. They are going to pay all of this, but not the top two lines. And it turns out that all of that is equal to $34,647.50. So accordingly, they're going to pay that, 34,647.5 plus 32% of the part of their income that exceeds 170,000 and $50, and that is because their income is more than 170,000 and $50, the threshold that they crossed, but it's still less than $215,950, the next highest threshold. And so we get another little piece there in green of our piecewise function describing personal tax. Now, as you might predict, a person following in the next highest bracket is going to pay all of this here. The person in the next highest bracket is going to pay all of this, etc., etc. So I'll skip all the rest of the details and fill in the rest of the graph myself. Now, I invite you to pause the video here and try and do this on Desmos by yourself. I'm going to be showcasing the answer in a few seconds. Alright, if you did that correctly, you should end up with this piecewise function with 7 different pieces that are all line segments, whose slope gets higher and higher as you go to higher and higher tax brackets. This reflects the rising percentages attached to these tax brackets, so 10 up to 12, then 24, 22, then 24, 32, 35, and then 37, which in turn reflects the logic that people who make more can contribute more of what they make to the government. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this practical application of piecewise functions. See you on the next video.